Welcome back to my vinyl collection series. Today I'll be doing episode 4. In my last video I left off with Eric Clapton, his newest release. So continuing on with the letter C, I'm going to start off here with Joe Cocker. I believe this is his debut album, but I'm not 100% sure. This has got She Came In Through the Bathroom Window and Something by the Beatles and Delta Lady. It's really a good album. This is on A&M. These next few videos might get a little bit long, so I'm going to maybe speed through these a little bit. But if it gets too long, just pause the video, go have something to drink, and come back and finish the rest of it if you feel like it. Next up we have Creedence Clearwater Revival, Bayou Country. And this is, these next few are on colored vinyl. This is clear, if you consider clear to be a color, I guess. The next one here we have CCR's Green River. These are Newbury Comic limited edition vinyl. Here you can see this one's on green vinyl. And then we have Willie and the Poor Boys. This one is on blue. Newbury Comics had a special one day. They had a sale, 20% off everything, so that's when I picked these up. And then we have Cosmos Factory. And this should be on red vinyl. Yep. Then we have one of these wonderful K-Tel Records Greatest Hits compilations. We pack a lot of songs on one record, so the sound quality usually isn't the greatest on these, but it's still a good way to get a lot of songs on one collection. Or you could go this route and get CCR Chronicle, the double LP set. These are on the Fantasy label as well. Next up we have You Don't Mess Around with Jim by Jim Croce. This one's got the hype sticker on there. There's the back. And this is on the ABC Records. Another one from Jim Croce is I Got a Name. Came with a picture sleeve here. Again on the same ABC label. And there was one collection of records I got. You might see a few of these throughout these videos. I got a whole tote full of records from some lady that they were a little bit water damaged, as you can see here. The covers were mostly shot on a lot of them, but the records inside are in really, really good shape. So I got a good deal on them. So if I ever find some outer sleeves in better condition, then I can just put them together. It is Jim Croce's Greatest Hits album. So you'll see a few more of those along the way here. Next up we have Crosby, Stills and Nash. Insert here with lyric sheet. We got songs like Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, Marrakesh Express, Guinevere, Wooden Ships, Helplessly Hoping. So there's lots of good songs on this album. And this is on Atlantic. And then you add Neil Young into the mix and it just gets better yet. You have the Deja Vu album. This as well as on the Atlantic label. Alright, next up we have the Dave Clark 5 Glad All Over, featuring bits and pieces. And let's see here. This is on the Epic label. And here we have the original motion picture soundtrack, Having a Wild Weekend. I've never actually seen this film, so I don't know if it's any good. It's kind of a take on the Hard Day's Night film or what. If any of you have seen that, you can let me know in the comments below if it's worth checking out or not. And the last Dave Clark I have is a Greatest Hits album. Again on the same Epic label. Roger Daltrey, One of the Boys. I picked this up for $1, I think. The main reason I got it is it's got the song Giddy on it, which was written by Paul McCartney. But actually the whole album is really good. Lyrics there. So if you ever see this one out there, it's worth picking up. Next we get into Deep Purple in rock. This is on the Warner Brothers. And my uncle who passed away several years ago, I was given his record collection, and there's a lot of good stuff in there, only I think he had them in his attic, so the mice kind of got a hold of the sleeves. So I got Deep Purple and Machine Head. So rather than show you that bad copy, I got a reissue here as well. And this one is on clear vinyl. And it came with this insert poster here with the lyrics printed out on it. Alright, next up we got Def Leppard Pyromania. This is on the Mercury label. So we go from Def Leppard to John Denver's Greatest Hits. Yeah, my collection's kind of all over the place. the original inner sleeve. It's on the RCA Victor label. And here we have Derek and the Dominos, Layla. Really great album. I love this album. This is a double LP. There's the original sleeve. Atco Records. Next we have Neil Diamond's Greatest Hits. This is on Bang Records. Then I got Neil Diamond, the Jazz Singer. Again, this is from that Water Damaged collection. One of the better sleeves, actually. We got the original sleeve here. This is on a Capitol label. And one of the records, the sleeve was completely shot, but it was Neil Diamond Gold. Basically another Greatest Hits collection. Here we have Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms. I think this is in a lot of people's collection. A lot of good songs on this one too. There's the lyrics. Seen a lot of people use this album to test out their turntable and setup because it's such a great production quality to this album. Here we have Donovan's Greatest Hits. And I think this originally came with a booklet inside. I think I'm missing a bunch of pages, but I got a few there. Kind of came separated from the jacket, but this is on Epic. And here's the original sleeve promoting other Donovan albums. Next up is the Doobie Brothers, Minute by Minute. I think this is the first album that featured Michael McDonald, if I'm not mistaken. Then the Warner Brothers. And we got the original sleeve here with the lyrics. Again, you can see the mice have gotten a hold of this one, but other than this corner being chewed off, the Doors Morrison Hotel is in really good shape. So it had the original sleeve in it, Elektra. Here we have the Doors' Weird Scenes Inside the Gold Mine. It's kind of I don't really know too much about this album. I think it's kind of a greatest hits, but it's got some other songs thrown on there too. I think this was actually reissued a few years ago for a record store day, but I had this original one, so I didn't bother picking that up. There we can see the The Doors discography sleeve. We're on the Elektra label with the butterfly there. And believe it or not, I only have one Bob Dylan album in my collection, and it's Nashville Skyline. It's probably one of my favorite albums too. I think one of his shortest albums, only 27 minutes maybe. I don't know why, I just really like this album. This is on the Columbia 2i label. Here we have the Eagles, their greatest hits, 1971 to 1975. Another classic album that's probably in a lot of people's collections. Here we have Earth, Wind and Fire, The Best Of, Volume 1. This one's got Shining Star and September, and their cover of Got to Get You Into My Life by the Beatles. Lyric sleeve. And next few I got Electric Light Orchestra, Out of the Blue. Let's see here. Show you the inner sleeve here. Or gatefold, I should say. Okay, I'll just show you one sleeve because they're both the same, just with the lyrics on them. And this is on Jet Records. And we have, picked up two there. ELO's A New World record. Again, more water damage, but other than that, it's in very good shape. The sleeve there with the band, the lyrics. And here with these labels, I got just the logo on one side, then the other side's got the track listing for both sides. And then Olé, ELO. This is on the United Artists Records. Here we have one, The Age of Aquarius, The Fifth Dimension. This is on Soul City label. And one more from The Fifth Dimension, we got Stone Soul Picnic. And the same Soul City label. And here we have Fleetwood Mac Rumors. There's the original sleeve, just pictures on there. It's on the Warner Brothers label. Here we have the Foo Fighters Greatest Hits. Kind of like this cover. It's all these rivets are embossed in there, so it's got kind of a texture to it. It's kind of cool. This is probably all I really need of the Foo Fighters, so labels. There's the other sleeve. And there's just a sheet here with something written by Dave Grohl. And just kind of some liner notes there. We have Foreigner Double Vision. This came with a turquoise inner sleeve on the Atlantic label. And we have Foreigners 4. Won't really see the track listing there, it's kind of hard to read. Again, we got the lyrics on the sleeve. Label. Here we have the Four Seasons Golden Vault of Hits. This is a hi-fi mono Philips copy. Some of these records I haven't looked at in a long time, so I'm kind of seeing them again for the first time with you guys. And here we have something that a lot of people have, is Frampton Comes Alive. A&M. So then we go from this to this unfortunate cover, but Peter Frampton, I'm in You. I think that's the only song on this album that I know. Oh, it's even got Send Away to the Frampton Fan Club here. Cordially invites you to become a member of his fan club. And how could you not after seeing that picture? So here you can order your Frampton t-shirts and albums. And you can even get a Frampton wristwatch. Or a gold Frampton necklace. Wow. Moving along, we got Billy Gibbons and the BFGs, Perfectamundo. This is his solo project aside from ZZ Top. Somewhat similar to ZZ Top, but not quite. It's got a lot of what he calls Afro-Cuban music, if you're into that kind of stuff. It's still a good listen though. He does some cover songs on there, I believe. And next we have one by the Gorillaz. Remember, I had this one on CD when I was in high school and I listened to it quite a bit, so when I saw it on vinyl I picked it up. It's the only Gorillaz album I really know. I'll show you the other sleeve here quick. Go back to the Grassroots, their 16 greatest hits. That's on the ABC Dunhill label. And we have Green Day, greatest hits, God's favorite band. I don't know if that's true or not, but here's the record label. I don't remember if there was anything else included here. Yeah, we got a lyric sheet here as well. Alright, the last one for this video is one of my favorite new artists. It's Greta Van Fleet. This is their debut EP. It's got 4 songs, but they're really good. They sound just like Led Zeppelin. If you haven't checked them out, I suggest that you do. Black Smoke Rising is the name of this one. Yeah, they have this EP with 4 songs, and then they have a CD out as well. It's got these 4 songs, and there's 4 other ones. And they're all really good. I've got both of them, so be sure and check them out if you haven't. So yeah, that's it for episode 4. Be sure and stay tuned for episode 5 coming shortly. Take care.